Welcome everyone. This lesson will guide you through the B1 written production section of the Pistolpisi Elinomathias Greek Language Certification exam. Together, we'll look at a real exam-style writing task, understand what's expected, and go through practical tips to help you plan, write, and check your work with confidence. Pay close attention, note the useful phrases, and practice by writing your own short texts for additional preparation. Let's get started. Make sure you've watched this guide to Greek exam preparation video. It gives you an overview of the whole exam, practical advice and resources for registration, a breakdown of each test format, and honestly, some of the best tips you'll ever hear for taking this exam. If you haven't seen it yet, pause now and watch it first. You'll be glad that you did. What will you need before you start this video lesson? You'll need a copy of this writing test. I will refer to it from time to time, and a pencil or pen, and a sheet of paper for your own personal note-taking. See how to get a copy of this writing test and others at the directions below the video, your guide to Greek exam preparation, A1, A2, and B1. Before we begin, remember this video is a continuation of the guide to Greek exam preparation. Please watch that first. It covers past papers, registration tips, and an overview to help you get the most from this lesson. In this lesson, I'll read every part of the page out loud for your benefit, and also for our podcast listeners. Each text has been extracted and translated into English, so you can follow easily, even if English isn't your first language. To get a copy of this test and 4 other past papers, just follow the instructions in the Guide to Greek Exam Preparation video. The full steps are in the description below that video. I'll read slowly and clearly, with emphasis, to help you hear the sounds and meaning. Take your time. This lesson is about understanding, not rushing. Practice good time management. Plan what you want to write. Check your grammar and spelling, and make sure you finish your letter or email within the time given for the writing test. You'll see the official test titles too. Learn these keywords to feel more confident and in control on exam day. Print the sheets for this test and keep them in front of you while you listen. It helps you stay focused and take clear notes. Pause the video whenever you need more time to understand or write. You'll notice that by your third review, you'll pause less and feel more comfortable. I recommend watching this lesson at least 3 times before your exam, together with the past papers I can send you. For extra practice, complete every past exam paper at least once, including this one you're working on now. Stay patient and stay focused. This practice will really pay off on exam day. This is a B1 level writing test example, starting now. On your writing test booklet, you may see the description of the test you're about to do. Πιστοποίηση επαρκείας της Ελληνομάθειας. Παραγωγή γραπτού λόγου. The B1 writing test structure overview. The duration of the entire test is 55 minutes. The total points are 25, and the number of tasks are 2, and we are calling them Part 1 and Part 2. The B1 writing test in 2 parts. In the first part, the first task involves writing a letter, and the second task is writing an article. There are other types of B1 writing tests you can expect. For example, Informal letter or email, writing to a friend or relative, for example, describing holidays, inviting someone, or sharing news. And then we have a formal email or letter, requesting information, making a complaint, or explaining a situation to an official or person or service. A short article or blog post, giving advice, describing experiences, or writing opinions for a magazine or website. And also a story or narrative, writing about a past event, trip, or experience using past tenses. What will you receive at the beginning of the writing test? You will receive a physical booklet that includes all instructions in Greek, the 2 writing tasks, clearly marked spaces to write your full responses, and word count guidelines, for example, 80 to 100 words or 100 to 150 words. What you need to know. You must write directly in the booklet. No separate writing sheet is used. You should follow the word limit, not too short and not too long. Clear, legible handwriting is important. Use a pen or pencil as instructed. Structure matters. You should write a complete text, letter, email, short article, and not just bullet points. You need to include all the required points from the task description. Plan briefly on the side or in the margins, but only the text in the main box is marked. Let's start with a B1 writing test, part 1, an informal letter. What do we see on this page? This is what a typical informal letter writing test question sheet looks like. What does it test? It tests your ability to write a simple informal letter about personal experiences. The topic is describing your experience with a hiking group. Number of points are 12, and the word count is around 150 words. What does it test? It tests your ability to communicate in informal Greek, like writing to a friend about a personal experience or event. You need to describe activities in the past tense, for example, a recent trip, an event, or experience. You will use common phrases to invite, share experiences, and describe emotions. Structuring a personal message with a greeting, main content, and closing. And then encouraging a friend to join you in an activity, for example, a hiking group, an event, and so on. Which of your skills are being tested here? The ability to write in informal tone, writing in a friendly, casual style appropriate for a personal letter to a friend. And then logical flow of ideas, ensuring the ideas in your letter are presented in a clear and organized manner without confusion. Also that you are able to use basic vocabulary and everyday phrases, using simple common language that suits the context of a letter to a friend, like describing activities or expressing feelings. And then your personal expression, demonstrating your ability to express your own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in a natural way. And finally, your ability to produce sentence structure and verb agreement, making sure your sentences are grammatically correct with appropriate subject-verb agreement and proper structure. Let's take a closer look. Practice understanding all parts and instructions on the page so they do not concern you during the exam. At number 1, you will see an example that shows the theme of the question and gives you clear instructions on what to do. At number 2, I've added the English translation to help you clearly understand. And at 3, you will see a pay attention box. For example, it might tell you not to use your real name, but to use a different name. This is the blank lined second page where you will continue to write. Pay attention to the note on the bottom of the page that you should turn the page when you are finished. Here are some top tips for writing an informal letter or email. At number 1, use an informal greeting. For example, Agapite Yani, Agapiti Maria, or just Yasu Maria. And number 2, use friendly everyday language. Use the informal you, se, su, not sas. Use simple phrases like Bosise, Tikanis. And at number 3, explain why you are writing. Start with Surafo Yana, Thelo nasu po, Skeftika nasu grapso. And number 4, share your news or main ideas. Keep it clear and simple. For example, Tin Kiriaki thapame ekdromi. And number 5, end in a friendly way. End with phrases that sound warm and familiar. Grapsemu sintama. Perimeno neasu. Filia. Me agapi. And number 6, check small details. Use accents correctly. Keep it short. Don't include extra information you weren't asked for. Keep the tone friendly, not formal. So you won't use me ektimisi or sas. Take a look at this example. You will find that at a B1 level, it will be easy enough for you to reproduce. Practice a few examples and test your time management and word count. This is the end of part 1. Let's move on to part 2 of the writing test. This is the B1 writing test part 2. Article writing. What are they testing here? They're testing your ability to write a structured and coherent text that shares ideas. The topic is write a magazine article giving parents advice on helping their children choose a career and understand job requirements. The number of points are 13, and the word count they expect is around 150. What are they going to test? Your ability to write a clear article, how well you can give advice to parents about helping their children choose a career, and the use of simple and correct vocabulary about education and work, organizing ideas in a clear and logical way, explaining and giving useful guidance in short, clear sentences. And the skills tested: informative tone, providing advice and guidance, organizing content clearly with useful suggestions. Let's take a closer look. Practice understanding all parts and instructions on the page so they do not concern you during the exam. At number 1, you'll see an example that shows the theme of the question and gives you clear instructions on what to do. At number 2, I've added the English translation to help you clearly understand. Also pay attention to the title of the article. And here at number 4, you'll also see the pay attention box. For example, it might tell you not to use your real name, but to use a different name. This is the blank line second page where you will continue to write. Pay attention to all instructions and get used to them before you sit for the exam. See the note on the bottom of the page. Here they tell you that this is the end of the writing production and that you should hand in your booklet. Here are some tips on writing an article. Number 1. Use a clear structure. Begin with an introduction. Say why the topic is important. Write 2 to 3 short paragraphs with advice or suggestions. End with a short conclusion, for example, a summary or an encouraging remark. Number 2. Keep the tone informative and friendly. Write as if you are speaking to parents who need practical advice. It is an article, so no need for greetings like Kyrie and Kyria. Start directly with the topic. Use phrases like "Είναι σημαντικό να", "Οι γονείς μπορούν να βοηθήσουν με". And number 3, use linking words that connect ideas smoothly. Επίσης, γι' αυτό, πρώτα απ' όλα, στο τέλος, and so on. And number 4, looking at vocabulary and grammar. Use past, present, and future tenses naturally when needed. Use advice-related vocabulary, επιλογές, επάγγελμα, ενδιαφέροντα, προσόντα, σπουδές. Number 5, stick to the word limit. Aim for around 150 words. Don't make it too short or too long. Keep the sentences clear and not too complicated. A super study tip. Work with past exam papers. Practice with at least 2 to 3 past writing tasks under timed conditions. Rewrite one past paper task, for example, an article or email, 2 to 3 times, improving it each time by adding new linking words, stronger vocabulary, or better sentence flow. Take a look at this example of an article. The article may take an extended vocabulary which you should be building through your learning process. Practice a few examples and test your time management and word count. This is the end of part 2 and the end of the B1 writing test. Well done for finishing the B1 written production practice. Before you move on, remember what the examiners are looking for. Clear and well-organized ideas that answer the task. A good range of vocabulary plus more advanced words. Correct use of different tenses, past, present, and future, and sentence structure. Logical connections between sentences using linking words such as επίσης, γι' αυτό, στο τέλος. Correct spelling, accents, and punctuation. Staying on topic using the proper style, for example, an article, an email, etc. Keep these points in mind every time you practice writing. When you're ready, move on to the listening, reading, and oral parts. You'll find all the links in the description below. You're one step closer to passing your Πιστοποίηση Ελληνομάθειας. Let's keep going.